Yeah, they're amazing. They're super strong. Hello, everybody. Apparently we're live. We're having a conversation about paper towels, but we're going to switch to real estate now. Hi, I'm Todd Campbell. I'm with Farmers Insurance. We have the ultra famous Michael Brink of Brink Realty Group on with us, and his clients, Alex and Alec. And they're selling their home. Hey guys, how's it going?
We're doing good.
Sorry, I'll just keep talking. I'm going to give you guys a chance to talk too. I'm sorry. I need to get my hosting skills down. So I'm going to ask you guys a few questions. I'm going to ask Michael a few questions, and he's going to tell us all about your house and all about y'all, and we'll go from there. Maybe we'll have some fun.
All right. Sounds good.
First, actually, Alex and Alec, I'm going to ask you a couple questions first. My first question is about your house. By the way, what's the address of your house? Where can people find it?
We live at 7317 Bluefield Drive.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Dallas, and our zip code 75248.
Okay, North Dallas, right?
Yes, we're in North Dallas. We're actually in what's considered Prestonwood.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking on a map, if you see Addison and Richardson, we're basically smack dab in the middle.
Got it. Love it over there.
And Richardson school districts, right?
Yes, we are Richardson school districts. We're walking distance from elementary school, middle school, and high school. So we're kind of right in the middle of it all.
Wow, that's fantastic. Okay. About the house, what's your favorite thing about your house?
So when we bought our house, actually Michael was our real estate agent when we bought this house too. And we spent a couple months kind of looking around. We had an idea in our heads of what we wanted. We both are really lovers of character, and we wanted to walk into a house and, feel the warmth and feel the character when we walked inside. And when we walked in, that was the first thing that we felt with this house. We originally wanted to be in East Dallas just because I love the feel of those homes, and this was kind of like an East Dallas home that was in a North Dallas neighborhood. But we'll flip you around and we'll kind of show you a little bit. When you walk into the front door, let's see, did that work? I don't think that worked.
There we go.
This is our living room that you walk into, which we just thought was awesome. This full wall fireplace that we have. And the original homeowners before us, they actually had this mantle custom made. The wood is all from an old railroad station.
Oh, wow.
And that'll all stay with the house. Some really cool character that you don't find everywhere. Same with this door. People always laugh. They're like, what is that door to? When they see pictures of our home. And it's not to anything. It's just so we were told it's from an old 1920s Tudor home. And it's just really cool. Like, it's something that you don't see in every house.
Yeah.
So we've done a lot with the house since we moved in. We've repainted pretty much every surface, but the overall layout's kind of stayed the same, and we've kept the same kind of artsy, eclectic vibe, and it really drew us into this house, and we hope that it will draw someone else in as well.
Cool. So let's talk about the neighborhood a little bit. What kind of fun things are there to do in your neighborhood?
So we love where we are because we're kind of right in the middle of everything. Like I said, we're basically in Addison, so it's a 15-minute drive to the city. It's a 15-minute drive to Plano, so we're smack dab in the middle. But if you don't want to drive 15 minutes, Addison Circle is just right down the road. We're kind of right in the middle of the tollway in 75, so you've got a lot of things to do around there. The gallery is right around us. They're actually renovating a big shopping center that's within walking distance, I would say maybe 2 blocks away from us right now. Where they're opening like a big park and a bunch of bars and restaurants that all have patios around the park and just kind of a lot of outdoor space, which is awesome. We're really excited about that opening up here. But as far as being outside, there's trails everywhere. Like I said, we're really close to all the schools with parks and playgrounds, and every time we open up the window, there's always someone walking around outside, which we love. We lived in the city the first 2.5 years here, and part of why we wanted to move to a house was just to kind of get that suburban feel, and it's definitely something that you have here. All the neighbors are always out and about, and it's great. Everyone's really active.
Yeah, and you guys aren't too far out. Nothing against Frisco, but you're still in Dallas, and
we love that. I mean, we wanted, like I said, we live in the city, and we love being in the city, but we wanted kind of some more space, and we were ready for a house. So the fact that we can get down to the city 15 minutes down the tollway or 10
Yeah,
minutes
no
down
problem.
75. It's a $10 Uber ride. Like, it's super convenient. And now that Plano is so big with shops at Legacy, it's the same with that. It's a 10,
Yeah.
15 minute drive up the tollway.
Yeah, you guys are in like the perfect spot.
Yeah, we feel like we kind of have the best of both worlds. We're reserved enough where we still feel like we've got space to kind of stretch out, but it's an easy ride downtown if we want to go somewhere fun for dinner or get somewhere down there. So it's nice.
Yeah.
Good
Alex, do you want
segue.
to do us a favor? Well, while you're talking to us, why don't you walk into some other rooms so we can show off some of your house?
Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of walking in circles.
That's all right.
Let me-
No, I'd love to see some of the other part of the houses.
So I'm in right now. This is our family room. This is our puppy. He might say hi to you with a little bark, but that's our main living room in the front. And then you kind of walk into this little middle living space. We don't exactly know what this room is technically called, but we kind of use it as just like a study. There's chairs here. We've got some bookshelves. It's actually a pretty big room if you wanted to make it into an office or something like that, or a kid's playroom. And you can see right into the kitchen. There's a little breakfast bar, which is super nice. And then that brings you into this back room. And that was another reason why we loved this house. It's the enclosed patio. It's been enclosed with all windows all the way around, which is amazing. It is heated and cooled by this unit here, but actually, like, to be completely honest, the windows are super efficient and we rarely ever use that, and it stays really well regulated all year round. You've got a wood burning fireplace in here, which is awesome. I think our favorite thing to do when it rains is to sit back here and watch the rain through the windows and watch a Netflix movie. So yeah, this really drew us to this house too, because it's something that you really don't see ever. We didn't see ever walking into a home until we came here.
Boy, no kidding.
Yeah,
That's like an amazing part of the house. You got a big green egg there. I see. You guys are cookers.
We do. Yes, we both love to cook. We've got the green eggs when we bought the house, and my husband thought he was going to take up smoking, but I think I took over the responsibility from him. But yeah, we've got this awesome little outdoor kitchen area, and we'll take you outside as we keep moving along.
Let's talk. I definitely want to see the outside. I want to know what's your favorite restaurant to get takeout while you're in quarantine? Where have you guys been frequenting?
We are big frequenters of Royal China.
Oh,
that's right by me. I love it.
But we absolutely love Royal China, and it's about a 7-minute drive for us.
Yeah, no
but they're doing takeout. But yeah, I would say if we had to pick a neighborhood spot, that's where we'd probably be going.
Right on. Let's see the backyard.
So I'm
you
in
the backyard?
Now. Let me flip you around. Yeah, so you can get to the backyard either from our kitchen, or there's a sliding glass door also from the back room that we were showing you. But you walk out and there's kind of a big enclosed area with a pergola. There's a gas grill, a refrigerator. We've got our little egg tucked in the corner over here. And then we've got this really cool water feature. It's in a neat spot where you can see it if you're sitting inside on the couch, which is kind of cool to have that feature. And then we kind of get into the back here. We do have turf, which is awesome. I wasn't
huge trees.
Super sold on it when we moved in, just because we have a dog. I didn't know how it would really work out with him, but it's actually been amazing. There's a sprinkler system that's built in, so every time the sprinklers go off, it kind of washes and irrigates everything off of the turf, and it's completely maintenance free, and it honestly looks like real grass. So that's been one of our favorite things about the house that you don't necessarily really know is there unless you're looking for it.
And no weeds and no mowing.
No weeds and no mowing, which is amazing.
Amazing.
Easy maintenance.
All right, let's talk. The house is unbelievable. I imagine it's going to sell very quickly.
Thank you.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. So let's talk about Michael. I want to hear why you guys would recommend Michael as your agent.
We worked with Michael through a mutual friend, recommended us to him, and we worked with him while we were buying this house, and we also decided to work with him to sell this house. He's really amazing as far as being personable. I mean, you feel like you've been friends with him forever the minute that you meet him. Always got a smile on his face, always makes you laugh. He's been super enjoyable spend time with. You know, you get to spend a lot of time with your realtor when you're searching for homes. So it was always fun to meet up with him and do house tours. But outside of that, he's just really easily accessible. Like, I feel like I am either texting or calling him at all times of the day, every day, with random questions that probably drive him crazy. But he never sheds that, and he's always got an answer for everything, and he's super well connected, it seems like, around the Dallas area. So overall, he's a really great agent to work with.
That's awesome.
I'm blushing.
Hopefully we're decent to work with.
What's that?
I said,
you guys
we're
seem
decent clients.
You're fun.
Yeah, you guys seem totally down to earth. So yeah, I'm sure he loves working with you. Michael's been a great supporter of my agency as well. So Michael, thank you so much. We're just gonna pile on, and it's gonna be a Michael love fest during this Zoom video. Michael, okay, let's guys, anything else that you want to point out about the house we haven't talked about?
So we've kind of just been in the main living room, but we just walked into the bedroom. I will say, for the size house that we have, our bedrooms seem super spacious, which I think is really nice. There's 3 bedrooms and they're all really large. And then this headboard, I love. It was another thing that made us buy this house, and it will stay with the house when we leave, which makes me sad, but I hope that the next owner loves it as much as we do. But same with the mantle in the front room. It's made from old flooring from a railroad station, and it's really cool. But it fits a king size bed, 2 nightstands. It's just something that's really unique.
That looks awesome. Yeah.
We got the nursery in here.
How many square feet is the house?
It's about 2,400 with that back room.
So
your 3 bedroom, 2 bed. You've got 2 big living spaces, but everything just feels really, really spacious in here. You know, we never feel like we're on top of each other. One thing that we really wanted was those 2 separate living spaces, and the fact that we have 2 large living spaces in a 2,400 square foot house, we thought was, you don't find that everywhere. So that was really important to us, and we've grown to really love that.
Yeah, that's a great outdoor space. That's amazing.
Yes.
Okay. All right, great. All right, Michael, let's talk about the real estate market a little bit.
Sure.
And I still want to, let's keep looking at pictures of the inside of this house because it looks awesome. Let's talk about the real estate market during this pandemic.
Yeah.
In your professional opinion, why should people continue to shop for and purchase homes right now?
So I'm going to speak more on like the listing side as the listing agent, because mostly listings. I have a team that helps with the buy side, but I will tell you, there are people that are still actively moving to Dallas. I mean, Dallas is not slowing down. We are definitely in a pandemic and it is a different world, but we are seeing unbelievable amounts of showings right now. It's crazy. I was a little concerned starting out, and when I'm just going to call them the Alexes. When the Alexes decided to list right now, I had faith that everything would work out, but it's still a little bit uncertain. And the great thing right now is, man, the people that are coming to look at their house are really shopping for a house. It's not just fun right now. There's a mission. So people are out there to buy. So what I've noticed is, we've been on the market for 5 days, and I think we had a showing prior to listing, and that couple seemed very interested. And we've had 3 or 4 more showings since we listed in 5 days. And
I think we've had 4 showings, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we have showings happening right now. So the good thing and the bad thing is that you may not have as many showings, but the people that are looking are serious buyers.
No tire kickers, huh?
There's no tire kickers. My guys that work with me, there's a couple of agents that work with me. They put a couple of homes under contract this week and the buy side. So, I was a little uncertain, but we try to be optimistic and do what we can to help our clients.
Right.
And, we're seeing that the market is still moving forward.
Good. Let's on that same topic. When you're showing homes is tough right now because it's usually a face-to-face affair, and we've got social distancing going on. How are you maintaining social distance while doing showings? I mean, that's tough to do.
Sure. Well, a great example would be right now. What are we doing? We're doing everything different, including we are Zoom calling on Facebook Live And this is something we've never done before, you know?
Right, I've never done it.
Right? So some of the things that we had to think about are how can we get people into the house to see the house besides just normal photos? Because photos are great, but they don't do the service of actually seeing what a house looks like. So we have created 3D Matterports where you can walk through every single home that we have listed. And you can look at the ceilings, you can look at the floors, you can go into the bathrooms, you can check it all out. And it's like walking a home without ever actually being in there. So
It's truly amazing. I'll say from our perspective, when Michael sent us the Matterport of our house, I mean, it's just spot on as far as walking through the house. You feel like you're truly walking through our home.
and
Wow.
I think we'll have a link to it on the Facebook page also. So I think I've given the Matterport to Kathleen. We'll add the link, and if anyone's ever interested, I mean, this is one of the things we're doing. I'm doing email blasts to 15,000 agents in the area with the Matterport so they can send it off to clients and they can see it before they ever actually walk it. That's one thing. Another thing that we're doing differently is, I mean, we've got to protect our clients that live in the home and our clients that are seeing homes. So, you know, some of the things we're doing is if we are showing homes and if agents on my team are showing homes right now, you know, they're meeting them at the house. We're signing something, and I'm having my clients that are showing the houses sign a COVID-19 form, which is a new form that basically says, hey, listen, we are taking precautionary measures. Everyone that's going into the house right now to see the house has not had a fever. We haven't been tested positive for COVID-19. We, you know, there's quite a few different questions on there that basically states, in our best, you know,
To our knowledge.
our best
right?
knowledge,
Yeah.
we are healthy. And then, you know, we're leaving Clorox wipes at the doors. We're now asking that people start to wear a face mask every time they go into a house. So this is new. So face masks. We want that 6-foot rule still. So we're doing everything possible on the front side to protect everyone. But I hate to say this, but the show's kind of got to go on. You know, we've got to still make things accessible. And
Yeah.
one thing that's really cool, though, I'm going to say one more thing real quick, if you don't mind. KW is one of the first companies that allows beginning to end. Like, we could use our Matterport to walk through. We could do our contract from home. We could do everything from title work and our inspections without leaving the house. And you can sign contracts now online for closing. So, like, if someone were to look at this home and love it, they could Matterport, we could write an offer, they could close, and they never even have to actually walk in the house. So it's a great way to protect people. We just got to be smart with what we're doing. So
Yeah.
protect everyone. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Honestly, when I smell bleach, it just feels clean. You could just keep a cup of Clorox bleach over by the front door, and I'd be like, "This is the house for me."
Right.
We put a Clorox wipe container and a hand sanitizer in our dining room every time we have a showing, just in case someone wants to be extra precautious.
Yeah.
But I
Here,
will
wipe
say
yourself
from,
down.
From our perspective, as much as people are worried about going out and going into other people's homes, you know, we feel the same way on our end as far as people coming into our homes. So being clean is super, super important to us. I mean, we've cleaned this house from top to bottom every day since we've been on the market. So as far as people, if they're being lenient or weary about coming into other people's spaces, we're just as serious about selling our house as you are about buying a house. And it's important for us to keep everyone safe too. So.
Yeah. Well, you're a nurse. You know better than anybody. My sister's a nurse practitioner in Atlanta, and she's been giving us updates on, you know, the COVID outbreak and over there, and it's pretty serious. So I'm so glad to hear you guys are taking extra precautions. That's awesome.
Right.
So
got to stay safe during this crazy time.
That's right. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, rather be safe than sorry is what I keep saying. Michael, you are. It's Brink Realty. It's not just Michael Brink. So
no, it's Brink Realty Group, and we work out of Keller Williams, but there is a team of 4 of us that work on a team together. And so Jeff Hickey and myself and Justin Bustamante and Colin DeHorney, and we all work as a team. I've been in the business for 7 years, and business was strong enough that Jeff is my partner, and he decided to leave his job and start working with me in the business. And he does more of our back of the office and a lot of the technical. He's an IT nerd, so he does a lot of that and helps us with our marketing. And then Colin and Justin both do mostly buyers, or work with buyers, but they also help with some listings.
That's great. It's great to have a team, and you know your productivity goes through the roof when you've got a great team.
Yep. And we have someone else doing our transactions, so I don't have to worry about all that paperwork. I just need to worry about taking care of my clients. And so when Alex says I'm accessible, it's because I've pushed all the stuff off that I don't like to do, and I like to talk to people. So I'm more than willing to take their calls whenever they need.
Right. So how can people contact you, Michael? I mean, do you give your cell phone out, or you send them to social media?
Absolutely. Yeah. My phone, contact me at 214-715-2007, or you can look us up on brinkrealtygroup.com. That's our website, or email me at michael@brinkrealtygroup. So there's different ways you can reach me. I am available at any time. So
okay, we'll make sure that's available for all our viewers here as well.
Yeah.
Okay, Michael, a little shameless self-promotion. I'm sorry, but I have to ask, why would you recommend the Todd Campbell Farmers Insurance Agency?
Of course. So it's interesting. When I started in the industry, I just feel like I didn't really think that insurance was really that important.
Nobody does. It's fine.
Right? I mean, you just don't think of that. It's like a last minute thought. Well, then the truth is you guys have saved me more than once with getting into, I mean, I work with someone named Matt Bird in your agency.
Matt Bird.
And Kathleen, I see all the time, and I see you and your wife, Todd. And it's funny because if I ever need anything or have questions about a home, I can call you guys and you can pull reports. I think they're called clue reports.
Clue reports, yes.
People really kind of show us what's happened with the house over the last few years and if there's anything to look out for. And, you know, even so much as like I've called Matt and just needed help with pricing because I'm not trying to promote Todd as like the be all end all, but he is, you guys. I am not joking when I say that every time people call me and say, insurance is too high, I'm trying a bunch of places, I'd say, please just call the Todd agency, you know, Todd Campbell Agency, which is Farmers.
Yeah.
And talk to them. And every time they are shocked as to saving 20, 30%. And I'm not promoting you as like, this is a commercial business. I'm telling you, you guys are amazing. So I appreciate y'all.
Well, we appreciate you, and we're lucky to have the team that we have. Matt is an absolute insurance dynamo, as you know.
Yep.
So thank you for your support. We really appreciate it.
Sure.
Okay. So we're about to wrap up here. What else should we cover before we wrap it up, guys?
Can I say something? Would you guys mind walking out front and just showing your neighborhood out front?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That would be really
That's another. I feel like I keep saying things that made us fall in love with this house, but when we drove down the street, I really wanted a street that had big trees and felt like it, you know, had been established and been there for a while. And this absolutely checked that box. We have some of the biggest trees that I've ever seen. But we are walking you out now. Let me flip you around here.
America.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we're basically right smack dab in the middle of our street. So you've got Hillcrest on one side and Meandering Way on the other, which are both great roads to take. They're easily accessible to pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see, I mean, our trees they're huge and we love them. And we've got two big ones in the backyard too, which you can kind of see over our roof line. But that was one of the things we pulled up to this house and it was like, wow, it just makes you feel like you're at home having these big trees in your yard. So, but yeah, if you kind of look down, I'm sure you can't really see on this video, but right down the road at Meandering Way, there's a bunch of biking and walking trails right there. So you just have to walk down your sidewalk and you can do some outdoor activity. But yeah, it's a great neighborhood. People really take care of their homes here and everyone's always outside and enjoying each other's company.
It looks like it.
perfect. Well,
That's fantastic. Michael, any last words?
No, I mean, you guys, I appreciate what you're doing, Todd. I mean, there's nothing like some great advertising for 7317 Bluefield and Alec and Alex's home. And truthfully, like, this is how I think this is going to be the new norm. We've got to build some relationships out there, and we're going to find different ways to promote your home. And I just appreciate you helping us out today.
Yeah, thank you as well. We appreciate it so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Alec and Alex, thank you for having us in your home. We really appreciate it. You have a lovely home. I hope it sells. Hope you get what you're asking for it. It's whatever you're asking, it's worth it because the house looks just amazing from top to bottom. So, and of course, you've got the best realtor you can possibly get your hands on. So thank you guys. Thank you, Michael.
We appreciate it.
Okay, y'all have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you.
You bet.